Welcome everybody to 30 for 3, presented by the OMFnetwork. I'm your host, Kadir Oz, and this is my co-host,
AJ Ty, baby.
We are here to bring you guys episode 1 of this podcast, and we have a lot of good stuff cooked up for you guys, some quick topics that we want to talk about, and anything else?
Man, we're just gonna 30 for 3 it. Pretty much, this episode is going more of a to get to know the host. You guys know me. We're gonna get to know Coach K, Kadir Oz over here. We're just gonna take them through the league, through fashion, through sports, art, pretty much everything. So you want to tell them what the concept 30 for 3 is?
For sure. So 30 for 3, the name and the concept of this podcast pretty much comes that we're going to be shooting 3 segments or talking about 3 segments within 30 minutes. So that's where the name of the podcast 30 for 3 came from. We have 3 segments. The first segment, we're going to be calling it the unboxing. We're going to do a second segment called Feet Check. We're going to talk about what we're rocking today.
Oh, that's a must.
And also, we're going to finish it off with an episode or a series that I really like. It's going to be called The Shot Clock, where we're going to be doing some quick hitters, and we're going to have about 24 seconds to give our thoughts on some topics.
Hey, sounds good to me, man. Now, before we get to go, let them get to know you a little bit.
Yeah, for me, I am been coaching basketball for the last 10 years of my life. I've been involved with basketball and also with the sneaker game pretty much my whole life. AJ over here really put me onto the sneaker game, and I owe a lot of my sneaker knowledge and my sneakerhead likeness to him. I've been copping kicks from him for years, and I just love sneakers. I've been slowly building my collection, and for myself, aside from that, I'm an athletic director at a high school, but I just really have a passion for sports, and I love talking about it. And I just feel that, this is something that, with him and me, our dynamic, that we can really have something big going on over here. And we hope to post some topics that the audience will enjoy as well. And that's pretty much it.
Man, we just want to bring different types of variety of shows, regardless of what we talk about, right? 30 for 3 could be, like you said, 3 segments, but it could be sports, it could be fashion, kicks and culture. That's what we want to do. That's what we're gonna be doing. Trust me, guys. This is the first episode. We got so much we want to do to the studio and stuff. And like I was telling Kay, you got to be natural in front of the thing. I know he's a little nervous. I'm sure you're nervous a little bit. But don't worry. We got Brian who's going to make us look all nice and pretty on camera. But yeah, guys. So, do you want to get it right into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. What's your first? You the host. I'm just here to look good. So you do what you got to do.
For sure.
I'm going to sit here. I might play with this basketball. I don't know.
Who knows? All right, guys. Look, I'm excited for this. I really am, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am. We got our first segment here, and we're going to call that the unboxing, right? So in true sneakerhead fashion, we have a box right over here, and this has the topics that we're going to be talking about inside over here. So let's go ahead and unbox this Jordan box, and let's see what the first topic is that we got in here. All right, so our first topic that we're talking about is the thoughts on the Lakers of this year.
Ooh.
I mean, look, me personally, been watching the NBA religiously for the last couple of weeks ever since the season tipped off, and I'm a little disappointed in the Lakers. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. When I saw the hype of Russell Westbrook and I saw Carmelo Anthony, and then I started seeing, they got Rondo back, they got Dwight Howard back, they got Malik Monk from Charlotte, they brought back Taylor Horton Tucker, they got Kendrick Nunn from Miami. I'm like, okay.
So they're trying to build like a super team? What happened there? Like
that's really the thing is once Brooklyn started putting together all of their assets, and everybody knew that the Warriors were going to end up finding their way back into the league. And I'm sitting here.
Well, I mean, that's because they had all injuries and stuff. So, I mean, obviously they weren't going to be where they were.
You already know that the West is stacked, right?
Yeah.
The West is absolutely. The Suns, Portland, the Clippers, Dallas. They had to re-up.
But they can be stacked, but that don't mean they're good.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
And, I mean, LeBron's 37.
I'm 34, bro. That don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in my prime, baby.
Look, LeBron is 37. He's playing like he's 27. I got to give him that credit. But when I saw them putting together all of these old heads, and as I might have mentioned it, but bringing on Russell Westbrook, I was like, okay.
You think that was a good idea? I mean, Westbrook is good,
I mean,
but
I think they did that because they knew Anthony Davis is injury prone and they can't count on him.
No, but even with that, bro, I feel Westbrook needs to be a leader of his own team, right? He's not a leader of the Lakers.
Yeah, no, that's true. I really think that it was a way to get him out of Washington, and the Lakers, they really wanted to dump that salary of Montrezl Harrell and Kyle Kuzma and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to kind of free up their books. Because what Rob Pelinka is trying to do right now is he wants to have flippable assets on the team. So he wants to have all these one-year contracts that he can turn into other assets when they need to if things aren't working. Okay, look, they just did that with Rondo.
Yeah,
they sent Rondo to Cleveland,
True.
right, because he was on a one-year deal. They got Denzel Valentine from Cleveland in return. Then they waived him. So now they have an open roster spot. So that's where they signed Stanley Johnson because he was a free agent coming off a 10-day deal with, I believe it was the Bulls. So they're trying to have a fluid situation.
They don't a whole nother beast.
But what I'm saying is the Lakers don't want to be tied to one guy.
True.
Right? Yeah. Like for long term. They want to have their core guys, their superstars. But then at the end of the day, they want to have this flippable asset. So I don't know. Look, LeBron's playing center right now.
Yeah, do you see he didn't even jump the Okay, I don't get that. Like, why would he? Is it just because he's old, or he just doesn't feel the need to? Or I mean, LeBron's playing like.
Well, look, at the end of the day, and you're right about that, and I want to hear your thought on that. But let's just put it like this: we all know, as people that are watching basketball, the NBA is completely turned into a positionless game.
Yeah.
If you're a center, they're expecting you to shoot threes. If you're a guard, you got to be able to play pretty much positions 1 through 3. So it's you got to have. A lot of assets and versatile people on your team. So putting LeBron at center, I mean, is it similar to, I mean, you know this, like, remember when Magic played center in the finals?
Yeah.
Is that kind of like the route that you think they might be going to?
I think so, but, I mean, LeBron sometimes just plays lazy. I mean, he's a beast. He's not the greatest player to ever play. He's one of the greatest players to ever play, but I just feel like he half-asses it sometimes.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if he doesn't want, like, look what okay, we're going to go back to Cleveland a little bit. Look what he did, because he knew he was leaving Cleveland.
Yeah. You
telling me he couldn't win? You don't think they could have won that title when he left the game? You know, he was like.
Oh, you're talking about against with that Boston series when he kind of quit? Yeah.
So you see what I mean? Like, now, do you think he's doing, like, how long of a contract does he have now?
I think he signed until 2023.
So do you think he's gonna, like, take his talents somewhere else? Or
No,
or do you think he's done?
I think he stays with the Lakers because, I mean, he's got more to gain in LA with all of his businesses, and his son's playing in Sierra Canyon. They live in LA. His wife's happy in LA. Kids are going to school over there.
Do you think he's waiting, or do you think? I mean, there's been talks for a while. Do you think he is possibly waiting for Bronny to come and play side by side, or at least play against him?
I mean, LeBron did come out in an interview, and he definitely said that his dream is to share the court with his son. I don't know if he was saying being on the same team or just going against him, but he said like that is his goal before he retires.
And Bronny's got how many more years?
I believe Bronny's a junior, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. If I'm mistaken, that's on me. I haven't really been following what he's been doing as much. I've just been seeing some of the highlights. But he's on his way out of high school, let's just put it that way. And especially with the whole one-and-done rule kind of being over, like guys are going the G League route. You know, it's LeBron. LeBron's gonna find a way for his son not have to go a full college route to get to the NBA. He's gonna figure out a way.
So what is the rule right now? Again, I mean, look, I love basketball. I don't follow any of the crazy draft rules or any of that. So now, do they have to, like back in the day, right out of high school?
Right, like Kobe did. But what from my understanding is that you either got to go and put a year of college underneath your belt, or now that they've opened up the G League where they're actually paying these athletes, so you can come out of high school, enter into the G League draft, and then play a full year in the G League, and then the following year you could be a rookie in the NBA.
So potentially he doesn't even have to go to college.
No. But you know what? The thing is, LeBron wanted Bronny to go to Duke to play for Coach K, but Coach K.
You or the other coach?
Krzyzewski. But yeah, John Shire's taken over for him after the shout out to John Shire, Glenbrook North High School. I went to Glenbrook South. Guy's a dog, and for him to be able to take over that Duke program is insane. But yeah, so he's probably not going to go the Duke route.
Okay.
But I don't know. Well, the jig is still up, and we got to figure out what's going on with him.
At this point, I mean, with injury, I mean, LeBron's in the best shape of his life. I think.
He's
So
no signs of slowing down.
Yeah, so before he gets injured, I mean, so what, he's 37. By the time his contract ends, he's going to be like, what, 38? Hitting, 38?
Yeah, he'd be,
about to go
he'd be in the middle of 38, 39 somewhere.
Okay, so I'd say give him until he's 40, and he'd probably leave. But by then, Bronny will probably come.
Yeah, I mean, to kind of wrap that up, I'm going to pose this question. I want to see what your thoughts are on it. Anthony Davis is still out for, I believe, another week until he can get reevaluated. Trade deadline is coming up. All-Star game is coming up. Do you think that for the Lakers to have a shot to win a championship or at least compete for one this year, do they keep Russ and AD and make it work with LeBron, or do they got to get rid of one or the other?
I mean, if they get rid of both of them, that'd be fine. But I feel like they need a younger, more athletic. I mean, AD is a beast too.
I will say this: if the deal is out there, I still want the Lakers to revisit the deal that they had on the table with the Sacramento Kings before they signed Russell Westbrook, which was they were going to send Kuzma, Caldwell Pope, and Montrezl Harrell to Sacramento for Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield right now is within the top 7 3-point shooters in the entire league. I mean, he's coming off for Sacramento and banging down 22 a night.
That's what I'm saying. They need somebody.
They need a wing shooter to space the floor.
Yeah.
You know, so if the deal is still out there, I would say, hey, look, give up Talen Horton-Tucker, Kendrick Nunn. If you can move Westbrook, find a trade suitor for him and get some cash value or some draft picks back for him, and try to pair LeBron with another, young wing. And I think that'll kind of open up the floor for him.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. That's kind of
great.
my. I mean, right now the Lakers, if you guys are following the NBA, they're 20-19 and currently 7th in the Western Conference. So that is definitely a little tough, and we'll see what happens. But you ready for the second one?
Actually, why don't we go to a little break?
You want to do a break?
Yeah.
All right,
take
let's
a little
do
break.
It. Hey, so now before we get into the next topic on unboxing, and once again, you are watching 30 for 3 presented by the OMF Network. We're going to do a segment that we call Feet Check. So, AJ, what do you got on your feet today?
Man, I'm actually wearing some Bread ones, the 2016 Bread ones. I love them, man. The material can't go wrong. You can wear Bread. I'm in black 99% of the time, and even if I do have a little under color, whatever, it's just, for me, it's just Breads, man.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the Jordan 1s. And with that being said, what I got on my feet today is some Air Jordan 1. We got the mids here with the green colorway. I love these shoes. It's a great fit. You can pretty much rock them with anything, whether you're wearing jeans, jogger pants, shorts, anything for a clean look with the Jordan 1s.
Those prices went up on that shoe. Crazy. Bro,
I was surprised.
For some mids too.
Yeah, I was surprised. I got these for a steal a couple years ago, and I was really shocked to see what the last sale prices were on StockX lately in my size. So I kind of wish I didn't put these shoes on, but you got to wear your sneakers. So.
All right, man. Back to it.
Cool. All right. Topic number 2. Pulled this one out of the box right here. All right. We're in Chicago, right? So my question is, can the Bulls or do the Bulls have a legitimate shot to win a championship?
Yeah. To win a championship? If they can stay healthy. I mean, and it's not like they're getting injured. It feels like the Bulls are like dropping like flies to COVID. Caruso just got it.
Yeah.
The
entire
I think that just came out today, right? Like, or something.
Yeah, the entire league is kind of going through COVID protocols. I mean, they just got Lonzo back the other night against the Magic. Caruso's been dealing with COVID and a hamstring injury, I believe. Zach had COVID. DeMar had COVID. Javonte Green had COVID. Vucevic had COVID. And they went 8-0 in December. They currently have a 25-10 record, and they have the number 1 record in the entire Eastern Conference. Brooklyn is right underneath them. Kyrie's back tonight. By the time that this episode drops, you guys will already have seen him in his first game back with the Nets. And then the Bucks are still there too. So you have a solid 1 through 3. And also in the East, Indiana is kind of on the come up. Boston seems like they're getting their stuff together.
But I just feel like the Bulls just have such a chemistry, man. Like the way we haven't seen a Bulls team like this since Mike was on the team. Like,
yeah. Even when they had that good
again,
run
before
with
anybody says anything, I'm not comparing this team to that team. I'm just saying the
it's
chemistry.
two different teams.
Chemistry, right?
Yeah.
The Bulls have not been the same since 1998. The last time we had very, very similar chemistry to this is when we had it was what D Rose when he got injured the first
the
time.
first time.
When we had the bench mob.
Yeah.
Literally every single player on that team, from first player to last player, had a role on that team.
The only problem that I see with the Bulls, and I've been telling my guys on my basketball team this, because they're always riding me. They're like, you don't give the Bulls no credit. And one thing I got to say about that is I love the Chicago Bulls. I follow them. I love the team. Obviously, it's a hometown team, but I kind of still want to get that respect back from kind of what they did with D Rose. Like, I mean, you don't trade your own guy from your city, but they had to do what they had to do on a business deal. But
because he was injured, like that's the only. As much as I hated seeing that, and especially watching his documentary, to see him get that phone call and like cry.
Yeah,
bro, that hurt.
It hurt everybody, you know. But for me, I think the one problem that is going to be in the way of the Bulls getting to that next level to win a championship. Look, they have scoring. They got Zach. Yeah. He's going to give you 25 a game. DeMar's playing at an MVP level. We'll talk about that in a second. Vucevic is giving you some good stuff. They have a decent bench. They got to bring someone in with some size. They are a very small team when it comes to their power forwards and their centers.
But they're still doing really well.
But what I'm saying is if you're going to play against a team like Brooklyn is huge.
Yeah,
right?
They are.
Brooklyn,
but again,
Milwaukee,
they are young.
Milwaukee's got DeMarcus, Brook Lopez, and Giannis, Chris Middleton. These guys are huge, man. Yeah. Miami is big, and their dogs, like, Boston has some pretty decent size. And let's just say that they advance to the finals, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there are no small dudes in the West either. They got to go up against AD, Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, but do you feel? This is what I think is going to. This is where I see it. I can possibly see the Bulls versus the Warriors.
I could definitely see a Bulls.
But I don't know.
Finals too.
The only way the Bulls will take it, and if the Warriors wind up falling apart, like as we see right now, the Warriors are losing.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Warriors are struggling right now.
They're playing against Dallas right now. They're down by 12 points. So it's one of those like, Bulls I feel have. And the Bulls used to have the fourth quarter syndrome, where they used to kick behind all game and then fourth quarter, but not this time.
Yeah, hopefully not. I mean, that's kind of what it is. And then to just kind of wrap up the point about the Bulls, I am kind of a Steph fanboy. I got to put it that way. I mean, I love what the Warriors are doing, and I'm a big Steph Curry fan, and he does have the best odds right now to win the MVP. What are your thoughts on potentially having a second Chicago Bulls MVP in DeMar DeRozan?
100%. Man, he's killing it. He's doing great. I mean, Zach LaVine is there too. Like, it's just one of those, like, if you were to pick between those two, it's going to come down to, like, the last minute stats, I think.
Yeah, I believe that the power rankings just came out. And shout out to Kevin Garnett, also Chicago's very own. He gave his MVP candidates, and it was Steph, DeMar, Zach. I believe he put Giannis on there and Jokic. So that's a pretty solid list for the league right now. So hey, look, you got two Chicago Bulls candidates in the running for an MVP. So let's see. All right. Got anything to add on that? No,
good, bro.
Okay, final
That's
segment
two.
out of the unboxing. All right, we were just talking about them. Are the Golden State Warriors officially back? Now I'm going to take this in a second. Like I said, I'm a Warriors fanboy. I love Steve Kerr. I love Steph, Clay, Dre. They built it through the draft. They got a nice culture of basketball over there in the Bay Area. And shout out to the Bay Area.
But they're also injury prone.
They are a little frail. But just to kind of give a little bit of background on the Warriors right now. Currently, they are 29-7. They have the best record in the NBA. They also have the number one defense. The Warriors are number one.
So what's the Bulls' record?
Everything. 25-10. First in the East.
Hey, they're not that far.
Yeah, they're not too far off. Steph currently right now is averaging 27 points a game, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and he's shooting 40% from the three-point line, 92% from the free throw line, and he's also got a 20.23 player efficiency rating, which is pretty high up there. And Clay returns on Sunday versus the Cavaliers. That's what they're saying. So what do you think about the Warriors?
I mean, it's a great team.
It's been a couple years since they won a chip.
It's a great team, and I know at that one point everybody was comparing them to the Bulls and the 72-10. But look, you didn't get a ring, it don't count.
Yeah. For me to kind of piggyback off that point, when the Warriors won that first championship against the Cavs, they had that starting lineup of Clay and Steph and Draymond. They had Andrew Bogut and David Lee kind of as their centers. But the key to that was having Harrison Barnes, which was like that stretch 3, stretch 4. They've kind of got a younger version of what they had in Harrison Barnes and Andrew Wiggins right now, the young guy.
Okay.
And I think that this is a system that he really needed to excel, because when he was playing in Minnesota, people were saying that he didn't have energy and he lacked talent and he lacked heart for the game. He is not the same player that he was in Minnesota playing with this Warriors offense, because they move the ball around so much, and you have to worry about, is Steph going to shoot a 3? Is Draymond going to make that pass to the corner? Yeah. Is Jordan Poole going to go for 25 off the bench? And you got to worry about all these shooters, so it allows Wiggins to play a more free-flowing style of basketball. He just looks comfortable out there, and that's the scary part, is when you have a team, you got shooters, you got a big that can pass, and you have guys that are willing to cut the lane and get layups and sacrifice their show. Like, that's a scary team.
Comes down to chemistry. That's how it is. Like, if they can continue to play as they were playing and not get injured or not fall apart in the fourth quarter, I can see them going towards, unless Lakers step up heavy. And
I think the real worry about the West is if the Lakers can obviously make the trade like we were talking about to kind of build themselves up. But let's not forget about Phoenix. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, those guys. The Suns have the second best record in the West. They're right like a game behind the Warriors. The Suns are legit.
And look, on the team, the homie.
And they had they were in the finals last year, so we got to give them credit. They were they've been there. Warriors have not been there since 2019.
True. That's true.
So, I would love to see a Bulls versus Warriors finals.
That'd be nice.
That would be very exciting. I think everyone's kind of had enough of, the Warriors and the LeBron stuff. And, a lot of people kind of hate on Giannis and they don't want to see him get back there. But it's going to shape up to be a very interesting playoff. But especially with the depth that the Warriors have. I love Gary Payton II. I love Jordan Poole. I love Steph's brother-in-law, Damian Lee. And let's not forget, guys, Clay's coming back on Sunday. And, James Wiseman is also supposed to be making his return the next couple of weeks as well. He was their top, he was a top 3 pick in the draft a couple years ago. They have Jonathan Kuminga, who they just got, 19-year-old rookie. Moses Moody, another rookie, solid shooter. So I'm not worried about how the Warriors are going to develop their young core. It's like you said, AJ, it's all about chemistry.
100%.
Yep. So that is our segment called The Unboxing, and we'll be right back with you.
What's going on, everybody? I am here to announce our amazing partnership with New Shoe Elements. These guys are they are the best shoe care product in the game. One great thing is the way they break it down is you can clean suede and leather, and they break it down how to do it, when to do it. So me announcing our partnership with them, make sure you guys take a look, and here we go.
Welcome back, guys, to the 30 for 3 podcast presented to you by the OMFnetwork. So we are in the final segment of the podcast, and this is an exciting segment. I love the whole idea behind it. This is pretty much this guy's segment over here. So I'm going to pose him 3 questions.
Yep.
I'm going to give my feedback on it as well, but we call it the shot clock. So I'm going to actually have a timer set for 24 seconds. Cool. I need your official full thoughts on these topics in 24 seconds.
All right, cool.
All right, so what we got here for you is going to be the first segment that we're going to talk about here. So I want to talk to AJ about some of these upcoming collabs, and I want to leave a comment and let us know what you guys think about it as well. So the first collaboration that I got over here to show you is the official images that came out from Adidas and Prada. We want to keep this sneaker show to all brands. We all have our personal favorites, but we want to talk about all brands, especially if it's, for, Adidas or for Puma or Nike, whatever's hot and it's catching our eye, we want to talk about it.
100%.
So you see over here, these are the official images of the Prada and Adidas Forum highs and the lows. Okay. What are your first thoughts about them?
What I like about this shoe, and people are probably going to be like, what? You could tell the quality, the leather quality. I like the white. I like how it is. I wish they did more of like a sailish color. As for the black, it's too like triple black, too much.
All right, that is, I would probably agree with you. These kind of give me those Jeremy Scott vibes, just putting some details and some other added material on the shoe. Yeah. I mean, they're nice. I mean, they're not for everybody. They're definitely not for me. But
I mean, even with the bag, it's just, unless they're, I don't follow as much, about with Adidas and stuff. Yeah, I like the luxury brands and all that. So I'm sure they're using really good leather compared to everything. So now, is it just a regular shoe that they're just put the Prada stamp on it? Or is it actually,
Hey, what are they calling these in the streets? The Praditas?
Praditas? Oh, man.
Oh, man. All right, man. So I got this second one over here for you, and I'm going to put your 24 seconds on the clock after I introduce it. And again, leave your thoughts and your comments on the shoes that we're talking about. These are going to be
you guys could comment down in the comment section below as well.
For sure. So these are the Sacai and Nike Cortez collab releasing in 2022. They haven't put a date on them yet. What are your thoughts?
I I've been wearing the Cortez forever. It's just, for me, it just doesn't look good on my foot. And the thing with Sacai is Sacai likes to go above and beyond, adding like the heel tabs and stuff like that. I mean, to me right now, it looks like a normal Sacai. I don't see normal Cortez. I don't see anything that was really added to it. But yeah.
Cool. I mean, yeah, I'm a low top lover on shoes, certain of them. I definitely like a mainly white based shoe.
But you don't think the Cortez looks more of a bowling shoe? I mean, again.
No, it does. No,
you know what I mean? I like
personally,
the shoe. I just doesn't look good on my foot.
If someone handed these to me as a birthday gift, I'd be like, all right, cool. Like maybe I'll rock them every now and then.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, I like it. There's a lot of Sacai fans, Cortez fans. This is more of like a West Coast shoe, though.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. All right, the other collab that I got for you is going to be the Air Jordan 2 and the Union LA collaboration. This is releasing on April 8th. There's going to be 2 colorways of it. Yeah. So let's take a look at the first one over here. It's kind of a bluish gray. What would you call this midsole color? Is that kind of like a?
That's more. I would say it's sports grayish color.
I'm gonna give you 24 seconds per colorway. All right.
All right. Ready? So yeah, I mean, I like the shoe. I've been collecting for almost 25 years now. I have a few pairs of original Jordan 2s. I've always liked the Jordan 2s. I do like what Union does with their collabs because they take the original and they just add on to it. So yeah, I mean, the blue is nice. The blue suede. I like it.
Yeah. And what about the other colorway that we got right over here?
Oh, that's fire.
This is nice.
Yeah, I love the earth tone colorways. It looks like it has like a moss green with a brownish orange. This would be a great, for people putting outfits together. This is crazy.
Yeah. Great. Now, is this coming as a pack?
No.
These are going to be separate releases.
So the way Union does it is always one is a Union release and one is a sneakers release. So They're always
Yeah, no, I love these, and the reason why I really want to talk about these is because AJ over here, I would probably say out of all the people that I know, kind of in like the sneaker game, the sneaker culture, he has a deep appreciation for the Jordan 2s. A lot of people will say that they're slept on and they don't like them. You, for one, you really do like them.
I do like the Jordan 2s.
Yeah, and he also has a couple of pairs of Union collaborations in his collection, so this was a perfect collaboration match. I know that you'll definitely be copping these, but I really wanted to get his thoughts on these. I mean, they're decent. They're decent shoes.
No, I like them. They look like they're on the thinner side, which is really dope.
Yeah. All right, so that completes the first one. So we just want to talk about those collaborations right there. The second one that I got, now again, this is a question that I want to pose to you because you are a fan of the Jordan 1s.
Yep.
People have seen your collection. These are the first look at the Air Jordan 1 Chicago. These are the low golfers.
I can tell you right now.
How do you feel?
Instant sellout. It is going to... The one thing with this is they didn't put the spikes at the bottom. So
Right.
you already know people are going to either wind up doing sole swaps or wearing just the shoe the way it is.
Yeah, why didn't they put spikes on them? Why do you think?
They knew what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing.
So
Jordan brand did that on purpose because they're also bringing out the 12s. They're bringing out another pair of ones that have the spikes at the bottom.
Can somebody
You can wear those.
take these and just wear them
Yeah.
instead of golfing?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's kind of like a turf shoe.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like a really low turf shoe. I mean, I guarantee you somebody's going to soul swap that.
All right. Well, maybe we'll have the first soul swap live on the OMF network one
Maybe.
day, right?
Not by me. I'm actually going to keep them where they are.
All right. And of course, like the Chicago colorway on them is classic with the
Instant
black
sellout.
laces.
Instant
I
sellout.
love what they did with the
Jumpman Golf.
yeah, with the Jumpman Golf over there. That is clean. It kind of gives you like that off-whitish vibe, like lettering of it.
Yeah.
So that's what we got over there. All right. Last segment on the shot clock over here. We're going to do a review of a shoe. So I want to get your thoughts on a shoe that recently just released. And you actually got these in the collection. So these are the Air Jordan 1, the patent breads. And yeah, go ahead. So here's the box. I'll take the top off of the box.
I mean, I can tell you one thing right now. The only thing with the box is like it has like that.
Yeah, if you guys, I don't know if you guys can see it kind of in the lighting over here, but it's got and if you have copped them, you probably know what I'm talking about.
It leaves marks.
It's got this like glossy vibe to the box, and I want to say that maybe they did it purposely because of the shoe.
Yeah, to make it look like a patent. But yeah, I mean, I like the shoe. It's it's a bread colorway. You know, it's just patent leather. The only thing with patent leather, like people know, is wear it with a decreaser or like a shoe shield, because one wear is going to destroy the shoe. Even with that, I know you're going to wind up getting a little crease like right here or on the inside, but you know, hey, it's a shoe, wear it. But most likely you will see people not wear this and you will see them probably for sale.
Right. And what was retail on these again?
170, I believe.
170 was the retail.
Yeah,
on these?
170.
Yeah, I mean for
so
what?
with tax, it was like 178.
Yeah,
180.
I mean for a shoe that came out for 170, and of course it's a Air Jordan 1, and it's a high, it's not a mid.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely like the shoe. What do you
see all the fingerprints and stuff.
Yeah, that's the only thing that kind of throws it off a little bit. But this is kind of like the guy that couldn't get the breads. Like he's got to settle for this.
No, not really.
No?
I mean, the breads are still available. You're just gonna have to pay a good.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a cheap out if you couldn't get the breads.
Right now, these shoes are reselling for like $400, $450 maybe. I would say give it a little while. This is going to be a $700-800 shoe.
So is this new over here? What they got in here?
Yeah, it says family.
Yeah, with the family inside over there. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, decent shoe. If you guys copped it, let us know in the comments. And what are your thoughts about this shoe?
I just like how they put the old school.
Yeah.
The Jumpman tag.
Yeah, it's pretty cool right there.
How many people do you think are going to wear that as a chain?
Well, me plus everybody else. So there you guys got it. That is our thoughts on the recently released Jordan 1 patent bread, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And there you guys have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this first episode of this podcast. Once again, shout out to my co-host AJ over here. This is just episode 1. Definitely want to keep bringing you guys some more topics and some more interesting to talk about. I'm excited to get to know the OMF community a little bit more, and I'm excited for you guys to learn about me a little bit more.
Well, you didn't tell them we're going to have some good guests on this show.
Yeah, we definitely will have some guests. You know, shout out to a lot of the people that I know in the WNBA and a couple of other, you know, athletes that I know that we're going to hopefully be getting on this podcast, and love to get their thoughts on a couple of segments as well. So,
yeah, with that being said, make sure you guys download the OMF app on the Android and Apple Marketplace. It's a free download. It's a sneakerhead community for sneakerheads by sneakerheads. Guys, don't worry about the algorithms. Just go have fun, post, enjoy. Download the app. We do giveaways, all that good stuff. With that being said, thank you for watching the first episode of 30 for 3. That's your host, Kadir Oz. I'm your co-host, AJ Ty. We'll see you soon. Peace.